Hey y'all, Sarah Madras here, founder of Esteem Builders Coaching, where I'm on a mission to ignite a cultural revolution that fulfills the human need for truthful connection and belonging. So what I know to be true is that successful businesses and organizations are based on two things: mindset and relationships. And that's where I come in. I'm your expert in mindset and relationships. I've taken my 15 years as a mental health therapist, studying mindset and human behavior and interaction, and utilize it to help you build a resilient company culture and trusting relationships with your customers so they become loyal and raving fans for a lifetime. Now, today I'm going to be talking about expectations. Has anyone ever told you that your expectations are too high? I know I get told that all the time, that my expectations for myself and my expectations for others are always too high. And I think to myself, they don't feel high to me. It feels logical to me. And so it's so funny because when I'm working with businesses and organizations, or even with one-on-one CEOs and clients, and they'll say to me, are my expectations just too high? And very rarely do I have to say yes. Sometimes it happens. But honestly, it's not that your expectations are too high. It's that the people you're surrounding yourself with aren't meeting those expectations. So here's an example. One of the one-on-one clients that I work with, she kept saying, I keep being disappointed. And I keep having these interactions where I'm being treated in ways that I don't want to be treated. And so she would lower her expectations and keep telling herself, oh, but what they're doing is okay. It's just me. Something's wrong with me. My expectations are too high. And she ended up miserable and filled with resentment because she was lowering her expectations to meet the people that she was associating with. And then she was getting hurt. So when you lower your expectations in order to fit in and in order to belong with the people you're around, but then it creates this anger and resentment inside of you because you're being treated in a way that is against what you believe to be right, then you're creating this recipe for disaster. So I said to her, it's not that your expectations are too high. It's that you're lowering your expectations to meet those around you. And every time she did that, I said, how did that work out for you? Every time you've done this, how has that worked out for you? And it's never worked out in a positive way. So the answer isn't lowering your expectations to meet those around you. The answer is to associate with people who share the same beliefs and expectations that you do. So another example of this is a CEO that I work with. It's part of my Conscious CEO workshops, right? And this was happening on her team. She was saying, my God, my team just keeps not meeting my expectations. I keep getting let down. And it's so frustrating because I feel like what I'm asking for is appropriate. It's not extreme. It's like legitimate things that are expectations that are part of their job. And she said, am I being too unreasonable? Are my expectations of my team too high? And it wasn't that her expectations were too high. It was that her team was underperforming. So if you have employees or team members that are continuing to underperform, then it's not that you need to lower your expectations of them and lower your standards for your employees. It's that either you need to train your employees better so they can rise up and have the skills to meet those expectations, or find new employees that already have those skill sets. Because let's face it, everything we're talking about can be learned, right? Like when we were kids, we had to learn to walk. We had to learn to nurse when we came out of the womb. We had to learn to feed ourselves. So every skill that we have is something that we've learned. And so whether it's in your personal relationships where either the person has to learn these new skills in order to meet your expectations, whether it's new communication skills or the skills of empathy or the skills of validation or the skills of trust in order to meet your expectations. Or if it's an employee or a staff member, that they have to learn the new skills in order to meet your expectations of their job title, then teach them those skills. And if they refuse to learn and they refuse to meet your expectations, then that's when it's time to find a new set of friends or a new set of partners. And it's time to find a new employee that is willing to learn and willing to meet those expectations. So remember, it's not about lowering your expectations. It's about teaching those within your circle how to learn those skills to meet the expectations so that you guys can have truthful connection belonging. So that you're not filled with anger, frustration, resentment of how can this continue to be happening? How in my team are they continuing to, not meet the expectations of their job? So don't give up and lower your expectations and fill yourself with anger and resentment. Either teach the people around you those skills that are needed to meet your expectations, or find new people, a new set of friends, a new community, new employees that already have those shared skills so that they can meet your expectations. All right. So if you like what you see and you want to work with me and you would like me to come in and help your company thrive by building connection and belonging, then you can reach me at sarahmadras.com. Until then, as always, remember to build what you need. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.